Fluent Friends podcast.
Hey, Fluent Friends, welcome back. Today we're talking about something super useful, our daily routines.
Morning already. Sam, how are you today?
I'm good. I woke up early and I feel ready for the day. What about you?
Well, I woke up late. Again. I need like 5 minutes to function.
Sounds like we have very different mornings, which is perfect because today we're talking about our daily routines.
Morning, afternoon, night, we've got you covered.
Let's jump right in. So let's start with the morning. My morning is pretty simple, but it's very organized. I usually wake up at 7 and I try not to hit the snooze button.
I hit the snooze button like 3 times, minimum.
I know. After I wake up, I make my bed, open the window, and stretch for a few seconds.
Wow, that sounds healthy. I should try that someday.
Then I brush my teeth, wash my face, and I drink a glass of water. It helps me feel awake.
Yes, water is good, but I need something stronger. I wake up at 10 a.m. and the first thing I do is check my phone. Messages, notifications, memes, everything.
Leo, that's dangerous. You can stay on your phone forever.
I know. I'm working on it. Then I take a quick shower, and after that, I make coffee. A big one.
You really love coffee.
I do. Coffee is my personality.
After my shower, I usually make a light breakfast. Something easy. Eggs, toast, fruit, sometimes oatmeal.
I don't eat breakfast at home. I'm always late. So I grab something on the way, like a bagel or a banana or nothing.
You should eat in the morning. It gives you energy.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to be an adult.
Okay, let's explain this. When we talk about habits, things we do every day, we use the present simple.
So instead of saying, I am waking up at 7, we say, I wake up at 7. The structure is super easy. Subject plus base verb. For example, I wake up at 7 a.m., I brush my teeth, I take a shower.
Exactly. No extra endings, no complicated stuff, except with he, she, it.
That's when we add S to the verb. For example, wake, wakes, eat, eats, drink, drinks.
For example, Leo, he wakes up at 10 a.m. Not wake, it's wakes.
Super simple rule. If it's he, she, it, you add S.
And another important thing, we use the present simple for things that are true most of the time, not just today.
Right. For example, I wake up at 10 a.m. That's my routine, even if it's not a good one.
And we also use words like usually, always, sometimes, never. These help describe habits.
I usually wake up late. I sometimes eat breakfast. I never skip my coffee.
So remember, present simple equals your everyday life. Clean, short, and perfect for routines. Okay, now let's continue with our morning routines. So after breakfast, I usually check my schedule for the day. I like knowing what I need to do.
I prefer surprises. I check my schedule at noon.
That explains a lot.
Okay. After my coffee, I get dressed, grab my bag, and I'm ready to go.
I do the same, but I start a little earlier. After getting dressed, I usually read for 10 minutes. It helps me relax before the day starts.
Wow, reading in the morning, that's impressive. I read messages.
Then I leave the house around 8:30. I walk to work because it's close.
I take the bus. It's not close. And sometimes I run because I'm late.
Leo, you're always late.
True, but I'm consistent. That's also a routine.
Haha, true. Here's another explanation. The verbs we are using for morning routines are get dressed, grab my bag, leave the house, take the bus, walk to work. These are all action verbs we use a lot in morning routines. get dressed, leave the house, take the bus, walk to.
And they all follow the same present simple rule we explained earlier.
So you can say, I take the bus. He takes the bus. I walk to school. She walks to school.
Easy and super useful vocabulary.
Now let's talk about the afternoon. In the afternoon, I usually have lunch at 12. I like eating at the same time every day because it helps me stay organized.
I normally eat around 1 o'clock, sometimes a little later depending on my schedule.
That's completely normal. Many people eat at different times depending on their routine.
For lunch, I prefer something simple, maybe a sandwich, pasta, or vegetables with rice.
I usually prepare my own lunch. It's healthier, and I know exactly what I'm eating. After lunch, I usually go back to work. I check emails, finish tasks, and organize what I need to do for the rest of the day.
I also go back to work after eating. Before continuing, I take a short break, usually 5 minutes, just to reset my mind.
And that's very important. A short break helps you stay focused and productive.
Okay, the verbs we use for this part are very common when talking about the afternoon. Have lunch, go back to work, take a break. And remember, in the present simple, the structure stays the same for all subjects except he, she, it.
So we say, I have lunch. You have lunch. They have lunch. But he has lunch. She has lunch.
The same rule applies to other verbs. I take a break, she takes a break. I go back to work, he goes back to work.
Okay, now try to describe your daily routine using some of these helpful phrases. I usually have lunch at. After lunch, I go back to work. I sometimes take a short break. I prepare my own lunch on weekdays. All right, so after work or school, it's the afternoon. This part of a daily routine usually includes activities like eating lunch, studying, working out, running errands, or honestly just taking a break.
Right. And in English, we still use the simple present here because these are activities we do regularly. Not always every single day, but yeah, we do it very often.
So, Leo, what do you do in the afternoon?
Usually, I take a short break, then I go through my to-do list. I check emails, I prepare lessons, and sometimes I take a power nap.
Nice. My afternoons are a little different. I usually eat lunch, go for a walk, and edit videos.
Notice how Sam and I use adverbs of frequency too. Usually, sometimes, often. These help describe how often an activity happens.
Exactly. They go before the main verb. I usually eat lunch at home. I sometimes take a walk. But if we use the verb to be, they go after. For example, I am usually tired in the afternoon.
Good point. So, listeners, try thinking about your own afternoon routine. What do you do? I study. I work. I rest. Practicing it really helps.
All right, let's move on to the evening, the part of the day when things slow down a little. In the evening, people usually relax, have dinner, spend time with family, or watch something. And again, we use the simple present because these are regular habits.
Here are some examples you can model. I have dinner at 7 p.m. I relax after work. I watch a show in the evening. Simple and clear.
Something important. In English, we often add a short time phrase at the end to give more context, like in the evening, after work, at night.
Exactly. These are called time expressions, and they help organize your ideas when you speak.
So, Leo, what's your typical evening routine?
Well, I finish work, then I disconnect for a bit. I usually read, make dinner, and prepare things for the next day.
That's productive. My evenings are simpler. I cook, I watch something, and I plan the next video.
And you, listening right now, think about your own evening routine. Being able to describe it helps you talk about yourself confidently in English.
Before we finish today's episode, let's talk about some very common mistakes English learners make when talking about daily routines.
Number 1, forgetting the S with he, she, or it. For example, he wake up early. He wakes up early. This happens because in many languages, the verb does not change, but in English, it does.
And it's important to remember that it's not just wake that changes. Every regular verb in the simple present needs the S with he, she, and it. She studies. He works. It rains.
Mistake number 2, choosing the wrong verb for daily actions. For example, many learners say things like, I do exercise. I take a shower me. But the correct forms are, I exercise, or I work out. I take a shower.
Exactly. And some actions use specific collocations, meaning natural combinations of words. We say, brush my teeth, not clean my teeth in daily use. Get dressed, not put on my clothes. Have breakfast, not eat breakfast food. Learning these makes your English sound much more natural.
Number 3, mixing the present simple with the present continuous. Let's clarify this because it's a big one.
The present simple is for routines, habits, and things that are generally true. For example, I wake up at 7. I eat lunch at home. I go to school.
The present continuous is for actions happening right now or around the current moment. For example, I am eating right now. I am getting ready. So if you're talking about your daily routine, you should not say, I am waking up at 7. That describes what you're doing this exact moment.
And number 4, forgetting time expressions. Time expressions help you organize your ideas clearly. For example, in the morning, at night, after school, before work. Adding them makes your English sound structured and natural.
So remember this simple structure when describing routines. Subject plus base verb plus -s for he, she, it plus time expression. It's a clean, easy, and reliable formula.
All right, now it's time for a little listening practice. I'm going to describe a typical day in Leo's life. Just listen and try to imagine the story.
Oh wow, okay. Let's see how accurate this is.
Leo wakes up at 10 a.m. He gets out of bed and he immediately makes coffee. He really needs that first cup to start his day. After that, he checks his messages and reads the news on his phone. Then he takes a quick shower and gets dressed. At around 11, Leo starts working. He usually works on his computer and he sometimes listens to music while he works. In the afternoon, he has lunch with a friend or coworker. After lunch, he goes for a short walk because it helps him stay energized. In the evening, Leo cooks dinner, usually something simple but healthy. Then he watches a show, relaxes, and finally goes to bed at around 11 p.m.
Well, that was actually pretty accurate.
And this mini story helps you hear the present simple in context. Everything I said describes Leo's routine, actions he usually does. And that's it for today's lesson. You learned vocabulary, sentences, and a mini story.
Remember, daily routines are one of the best topics to master because you use them all the time in real conversations.
And don't forget, there's a link in the description with some exercises so you can practice everything you learned today.
And we want to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what do you do in your morning routine?
If you enjoyed this lesson, make sure to subscribe and join us for more English practice.
Thanks for spending time with us today.
We'll see you in the next episode here on Fluent Friends.